Hello and welcome to On the Ball on Forge TV.
Coming up on the show, we gave one of the intramural dodgeball taster sessions a go, and we get our regular roundup of the University of Sheffield BUCS results from the past fortnight.
I'm Ollie Turner and we're here in Activity Room 1 at Goodwin Sports Centre to check out our featured team, the University of Sheffield Fencing Club.
I'm David Stewart and I'm the club captain from fencing.
So, for those of us who aren't very knowledgeable about fencing, like myself unfortunately, do you just want to tell us about the sport, how it's played, how points are scored and the rules and things like that?
So fencing's sword fighting. They score points by hitting your opponent. There are three different types of fencing. So you've got épée fencing, where you can just hit your opponent and you get a point for wherever you hit them. Fence foil, and you can only hit them on the torso, and that was originally a training weapon. You get sabre, and then you get hit points above the waist. You've got to cut them, and it used to be they used to fence it on the horse, like cavalry fencing.
Let's say people are liking what they're seeing on the show and they want to get involved in fencing, want to come down to a training session. When's the next time they can come down?
They're very good. We've got trainings on Monday at 7:30 at Birkdale School, which is near Endcliffe. But yeah, just come along, be good, see as many people as possible.
And in terms of this year, men's team won the Northern 2A League. You're in 1A now. As of recording, you lost your last game by just 4 points against Uni of York. How are things going in that league and what are your aims?
Well, we had 2 years ago we did really well and won 2A, and that's good. And then last year we had a tough year but managed to stay up in 1A. I guess this year we're still just looking to stay up. It's quite a tough league. The next one up's the Premier League, so we want to stay where we are.
Just consolidate.
Consolidate our position.
And the women's team, at the moment, 3 wins out of 3, top of the league. What are they thinking?
I don't know. I think the women's team should win. Well, I don't know. Yeah, should be. I think they've had some of the hardest matches so far. So if they keep going and keep doing like that, then should come higher up in the league.
Coming up now, let's get our fortnightly roundup of the University of Sheffield Sport BUCS results with Jack Wignall.
Hi, I'm Jack Wignall. Welcome to your fortnightly BUCS results roundup. To begin with, the badminton men's second team won both their games over the last 2 weeks with a 5-3 win over rival Sheffield Hallam, followed by an impressive 8-0 victory against the University of Leeds. Following suit with 2 wins from 2 is the hockey men's first team, who won 2-1 versus Manchester University, and then with an emphatic 11-1 win against the University of Lancaster. Also, the men's second team came out on top against Leeds University with a 4-1 score and then a 5-1 win versus Newcastle University the following week. In basketball, the women's first won a close game with a 41-38 win over the University of York to continue their unbeaten start to the season, while the men's first recorded their first win this season with a 78-59 win over Sunderland University. The women's fencing first team are also unbeaten after a 128-109 victory over the University of York, along with the women's squash team who won with a solid 4-0 victory over Durham University. On to netball now, and the second and third teams were both victorious in the last week. The second team won 55-23 against Huddersfield University, and the third team recorded a 40-33 victory against the University of Hull. Now for football, and there were great wins for the women's first team and second team, with the first winning 9-5 and a goal fest of a game against Manchester University. Meanwhile, the second team won with a huge 14-0 scoreline against the University of Leeds. At the time of recording, the University of Sheffield are 22nd in the overall book standings. Our team of the fortnight this time around is the men's rugby union first team, In the last fortnight, they have consolidated their terrific start to the season by winning a close game with Durham University 27-26 and then defeating their Hallam counterparts 38-10 to remain unbeaten in the BUCS table.
Up next, in our Give It a Go sports section, we went to the intramural dodgeball sessions to see how they got on.
Hi, I'm Max Chalabi. For this week, for the Give It a Go section, we're at Goodwin Sports Centre in the hall for the intramural session in dodgeball.
Hi, I'm Jacob Atkinson, and I guess I'm the founder of Sheffield University Dodgeball.
You just opened the Dodgeball Society in Sheffield. What are going to be, first of all, your future plans with the club?
Well, the main aim is to, in the short term, set up an intramural league whereby societies and clubs and just people can put together teams and compete weekly. And in the long term, hopefully an actual sports team will come into being and we can compete nationally or in university leagues across the country.
Now, if people want to try it out, because it's a nice sport, of course, when can they next give it a go?
We run sessions every Wednesday from usually 10 a.m. to 12 p.m, although occasionally they are only the hour long from 11 till 12, but you can find details of that on our Facebook page. So www.facebook.com/chefunidodge, just one F, and all the information you need is there.
Okay, and you see me play now. What were my strengths? What were my weaknesses? You as a connoisseur.
Well, maybe a connoisseur, I don't know. You, good catching. I think there was a lot of some good dodging there and there. Your throws could do a bit of work, a bit of accuracy. Yeah. But for a first timer, really, really impressive actually. I liked it.
It was more tiring than I was expecting. It was quite a tough game. It was fast. You could never, once you turn around, you get just hit with a ball in your back, so you always got to like keep your eyes open. I was pretty skillful in my dodging, my catching, as Jacob already said before. You should definitely come along. It was an awesome game. Next Wednesday, wake up early, 10 a.m, come down to Goodwin Sports Centre to the hall and give it a go.
That's it for this edition of On The Ball. We'll be back on Thursday the 27th of November to bring you more university sport action, but until then, goodbye.